The Patrick Riggins Show. Call in now, 865-243-TALK. That's 243-8255. And now your host, Patrick Riggins.
Welcome to the Patrick Riggins Show. Hello, my name is Patrick, and I cannot drive 55. Well, I take that back. I can drive 55 on the way to 90 or 55 on the way down to 0.
Just pass it a couple times?
Yeah, on the way back or forth. But exactly 55, no, probably not going to happen. And if you're listening to this radio show for any amount of time, you know this to be true. This is the fast-paced radio program speeding down the highway to freedom and liberty. There is no speed limit on this road, but unfortunately, there are quite a few speed bumps. The vehicle bringing you all this fun and excitement this week and each week is the radio station known for burning up the airwaves, WNOX FM 100.3. Fueled by 100,000 watts and currently being heard in parts of 5 of these great southeastern states and 2 time zones. Yeah, time that out good.
You're learning.
Yes. If you have a fast computer, you'll need to keep it. You'll need one to keep up with this show. You can opt to watch and listen over the internet. I guess you also need a speedy web connection as well. Just bring up your web browser and type in www.wnoxfm.com. There you'll see us breaking through the barriers of oppression, repression, and other pressions. That address again is wnoxfm.com. And riding here along in the sidecar is our show producer, Tori.
What's up?
How's it going today, Tori? Enjoying this cold weather?
No.
I hate it.
No, do not like it. But I don't mind being in here in my aquarium when it's gray and cold outside. So,
well, for everyone who listened to this show, well, listen to Cherry Spotlight, the show I had last year, and then I guess that would be the closest. Yeah, last year when we were coming into the fall. And for all the new people listening to the Patrick Riggins Show, you'll soon learn this is the start of the season where Tori and I scream and yell every week about the bad weather and how we hate the cold.
Cry and gripe and moan.
Yeah. And that continues until, what, March?
Oh, I can come.
Yeah.
I can't.
I need to go. I need to go to Florida. There needs to be, some of these radio shows I hear broadcast from down there once in a while.
Florida.
Yeah, they need to call us up here and say, hey, come down and broadcast from someplace warm.
I think we need to take the Patrick Riggins Show to either L.A. or Key West.
I don't know if I can go to L.A. I don't think they'll approve my visa there. They take one listen to this show and no, I'm not getting into L.A. California for that matter. So, all right, thank you again for tuning in this week. You're listening to one of the fastest growing shows of its kind, the Patrick Riggins Show, where each week we are fighting for freedom, liberty, and the restoration of the Constitution. And, every once in a while, you question why so many people in this country seem to want to have government in their lives. I think part of the reason is they have never been made to accept responsibility. And when they get numerically older, they are still like children wanting a parent. And the government is all too happy to step in and fulfill that role. The good news is that lately, with this election, it seems as if the tide is starting to turn somewhat, if only a little. You can hear it on the radio, the television, read it in newspaper columns on the internet. Libertarian-type thinking is coming into vogue right now, and we're starting to have a lot of people who want to jump onto the bandwagon for no other reason than to be seen as the cutting edge of political thought. However, these are the first people to bolt when the going gets tough, when they start getting questioned about these libertarian principles. If you listen to what they've been saying in the past, they're nothing more than joiners. When Reagan conservatism was in vogue, they were Reagan conservatives. When Bush conservatism was in vogue, they were Bush conservatives. Now that Ron Paul has been making some waves and attracting some attention, now these same so-called conservative commentators are all incorporating some libertarian ideas into their shows. And this is sad, really, that they're no more grounded in principle than that. The dirty talk or dirty secret and dirty talk and talk radio, yeah. The dirty secret in talk radio is that these hosts just give people what they want to hear. They don't really believe in true libertarian ideas. Just listen to how they contradict themselves over and over. And along these same lines, and I talk about this theme each week, don't let the media distract you from the real important part of elections, getting good congressional representatives into office. Now, we had the debates this last week, and if you listen to my show before this last Sunday, and you can get that on youtube.com/Patrick Riggins Show, you heard where wasn't a real big fan of the debates because they're put on by both parties, and we're given the choice of Tweedledee or Tweedledum, and you can decide which one's D and which one's dumb, but the fact of the matter is there's just not a whole lot of difference between these two guys once you start getting into their ideas and their voting record. Now, like I said, Congress is the key to turning this country around. To all these people who are just now figuring this out, I say, hey, welcome to the party. It's about time people realize what I've been saying on this show ever since it started. And even before that, on my other show I used to do here on the station, my little political comments would sneak in. It's funny when you hear these people talking, these new people to this idea, talking about concentrating on Congress. It's like they've discovered this new and amazing idea. You know, I don't care how they came upon this realization. I'm just glad they're finally starting to see the light. But by listening to this show, you have known this since spring. And if you listen to the other show, you've known this for years. And we have a jam-packed show this week. We have a lot to get to, so we're going to get to this first break. And when we come back, we'll jump into Congress, calling by Andrew Napolitano, some stuff about the Postal Service, all sorts of stuff. And probably some foreign aid and stuff like that, too. Foreign policy stuff. Anyway, this is Patrick Riggins with the Patrick Riggins Show. We'll be back after this first break.